stretch it in here, probably do some more shrinking, and I'll stretch it some in the center to flush it out. Doing some heavy pressure stretching. I could use the Eckhold to do that, but this may be enough and it'll save me having to change tooling.
Real time, 2 minutes and 47 seconds at this point.
We're starting to see how much tighter it fits already, just after a few seconds. That's pretty impressive. There's very little shape right in here at the bottom, primarily a simple roll.
Yep. So you need to kind of blend into that area then?
I will. At the roughing point, it don't need to. I'm just I'm not at the point where I need to worry about finesse yet. I'll get there, but not quite yet. They're really important to put the pattern in the same place every time. And I'm lining it up with the marks on the side and the top. See how much closer it's fitting already? Need to do some stretching in here, a little bit more in there. You can do the same thing by shrinking a little bit more up here so to bring the edge down. So, because that's the tooling I have set up in the Eckhold, I'm going to shrink a little bit more. Blending the shrink in. Have very little pressure on the machine. Jim?
This is 5 minutes and 45 seconds, start to finish at this point.
I see I've overshrunk here on the sides. See I'm loose now on the sides. But when I wheel that out, that'll probably come pretty close. The center's fitting pretty good now. Actually need to shrink a little bit more up here, but this is a little too much. Need a little bit more stretch down here. I'll probably do wheel work here, and I need to shrink a little bit more there because I'm tight on the sides.
It looks like mostly at the edge from about here out.
Yeah. And if you want to do a cutaway to the fender, so let's see what we're trying to make.
This is the panel on the lower front section of the Bugatti fender.
Good thing you didn't get that. And if you go too fast, you have a screw up like this, which fortunately did not bend over. One of the problems with the Eckhold machines is they go. And if you're not ready when they're ready, they don't care.
Okay, pull it out and show what's the way the tuck has been already worked down.
Yeah. And I'll wheel that a little bit more and then I'll shrink it some more. The outside 3/4 of an inch is wire edge area anyway, and it won't be seen, so it's really not that critical. This is unannealed aluminum 3003 H14. And with 3003 H14, as long as you planish it either by wheeling or planishing hammer or handheld hammer fairly frequently, you can work it until it goes to 10-4. It'll never crack. I might have created a stress riser in there. I may have a crack. I won't know a little bit later, but I think that's getting pretty close. Pretty close. Need a little stretch right in here. See how it's loose?
That's the blend area at the bottom.
Blend area, and I haven't done anything to this down here. This is original metal. So I'm going to stretch a little bit right in there. Relatively heavy pressure. I'm not going to run off the edge, because if you run off the edge, you lose the stretch. I'm focusing in that one unworked area, and I'm not going, again, all the way to the edge. And I'm working back over that flat area to bring it up. I'm not worrying too much about the tracking pattern at this particular point, because I'm still roughing. I'll blend in a minute. See how much tighter that fits? And again, that's probably close enough for, I got to put it in exactly the same spot again. You know, that's the 95 percentile. I'm a little loose right here, so I've overshrunk this. I need to stretch that out. I'm a little loose here. So this from about here to actually all the way down here is loose. This needs to be stretched out. And from here to here needs to be stretched out. Probably right in there. And you can see these humps right here. See that hump? That's what's causing my grief. So I'll flatten that hump out a little bit and the pattern will lay down probably by itself. And I'm going to do that by using a cast-Milwaukee approach of manipulating the panel, so I'm going to lift up on it and push that down. Very little pressure, the wheels aren't touching. I'm mainly using it as a lever, and I'm lifting up as I pull out, and that will stretch that outer edge at the same time it's blending it. Kaz uses true radius anvils. I find you can do the same thing with contact flat anvils.
I have found the same thing to be true.
Some people say contact flat sleeve lines, and they will if you don't know what you're doing, but I find them much easier to use and certainly much easier to teach people to use, but it's all in what you get used to. And this is still a very rough panel, but you can see how much tighter it fits. Need to come out a little bit more, but it's getting awfully close.
So that's 12 minutes and we've got it roughed out pretty close.